Forgotten by Design, Part 4. The chamber's atmosphere was thick with anticipation. Admiral Lansing's eyes were locked onto Talon, demanding the truth, while the surrounding officers braced themselves for whatever revelation was to come. Talon exhaled deeply. Earth's story isn't one of natural evolution, but of design, intention. Lansing's brow furrowed. Explain. Before the war with the Kriller, Talon began, humans as you know them did not exist. A scientist in the Federation, Dr. Lyrian, took a keen interest in a primate species from one of our planets. He saw potential in them, potential that could be refined and enhanced. The room was silent, every ear tuned to Talon's words. Using advanced genetic manipulation, Dr. Lyrian elongated the primate's limbs, increased the size of its brain, and infused it with a cocktail of traits: aggression, empathy, intelligence, and insatiable curiosity. He crafted a being that was both a thinker and a warrior, a sentient weapon for the Federation to wield against the Kriller. The reactions were mixed. Some faces showed fascination, others disbelief, and a few outright denial. "You're implying," Lansing started, voice heavy with skepticism, "that we're lab experiments?" Talon nodded. Once Dr. Lyrian's creation was introduced to the battlefield, the tide of war shifted. The Kriller had never faced an adversary like the humans. You carried out objectives with unparalleled precision and commitment. The Federation would set a goal, and the human battalions executed it without need for further intervention. "So we were tools," Lansing's voice was cold. "Used and then discarded?" "In a manner of speaking," Talon admitted, hesitating slightly. "After the war, there was a dilemma. The humans, designed for a war that was now over, posed a quandary for the Federation. The decision was made to relocate all humans to Earth." A murmur swept the chamber. The weight of Talon's revelation was beginning to sink in. "Earth is a reservation planet," Talon added softly. "It's off-limits to all in the Federation, save for a select few watchers, like me." The room erupted in hushed conversations. Whispers of anger, disbelief, and shock filled the chamber. Lansing, after a moment of reflection, took charge. "This changes everything. Our very origin, our history, it's all been orchestrated." Talon nodded solemnly. "But it also underscores the marvel that is humanity. Despite your origins, you've developed cultures, societies, arts, sciences. You've grown beyond the confines of your design." The woman with the high-ranking uniform stood up. "We may have begun as creations of war, but look at us now. Our heritage doesn't define us. Our choices do." Lansing nodded. "And our choice is clear. We will face the Galactic Federation, not as remnants of a past war, but as the unified representation of Earth's legacy." Talon felt a mixture of pride and guilt. The human's ability to confront such unsettling truths and still find resolve was astounding. It was evident that Earth, no longer a mere observation, was ready to assert its place in the cosmos. In revealing their past, Talon had ignited a spark that promised to blaze brightly, heralding humanity's spirit and its unwavering determination to shape its destiny. Forgotten by Design, Part 5. The rhythmic hum of the Genesis station faded into the background as Talon's communication device vibrated softly. He glanced at the incoming transmission identifier. It was a secured channel from the Galactic Federation's command center. "Admiral Lansing," he began, his avian features revealing a hint of unease, "I must return to my vessel to attend to this transmission. I assure you, it's of the utmost importance." Lansing, eyes sharp, regarded him for a moment. "Very well, Commander Talon. Lieutenant Kara will escort you." He gestured to a stern-looking officer. "But the entryway remains open. We must ensure transparency." Talon nodded, understanding the gravity of trust being placed in him. As he followed Lieutenant Kara towards the docking bay, the looming silhouette of his sleek spacecraft came into view. Kara's eyes widened, clearly taken aback by its advanced design and shimmering exterior. "That's an impressive ship," she murmured, a hint of awe evident in her voice. Acknowledging the compliment with a nod, Talon stepped into his spacecraft, leaving the door ajar as stipulated. Settling into the captain's chair, he activated the comlink. Commander Zyrex's holographic image blinked to life. His scales glistened under the artificial lighting, and his reptilian eyes conveyed a mix of concern and annoyance. "Talon!" What in the seven stars have you done? This was a covert observation mission. You've gone and gotten yourself detained. Talon sighed, gripping the armrests of his chair. Have you seen my report, Commander? The humans have evolved remarkably. Their development, their society, their innovations, they're unlike anything we predicted. Zyrex hissed, Our objectives never change hastily. You've overstepped, and now we're facing potential fallout. Tell me you didn't reveal everything. Talon hesitated for a split second. I might have shared certain details about their creation and our role. Zyrex's scales flushed a darker hue, his irritation evident. By the cosmos, Talon! What possessed you? Now I have to explain this debacle to the Council. Listen, Commander, Talon interjected, a sense of urgency in his tone. Given the humans' technological advancements, they are on the cusp of interstellar travel. It's inevitable they'll cross paths with other civilizations. It's better if we control the narrative and guide them. Zyrex paused, contemplating Talon's words. So, you're suggesting we shift from observers to mentors? Talon nodded. Exactly. Instead of treating this as a crisis, we could pivot to a diplomatic mission. Send an envoy, maybe back it up with a couple of battleships as a show of strength, and we negotiate. The reptilian commander seemed to consider this, his cold gaze fixed on Talon. You believe this can be salvaged diplomatically? Yes, Talon asserted. They may have initially been a product of our creation, but they've grown, evolved. They have a society, a culture. They deserve a say in their future among the stars. After what seemed like an eternity, Zyrex responded, Very well. You've always approached challenges uniquely, Talon. I'll talk to the Council. Sit tight, and let's hope your faith in these humans is not misplaced. As the transmission ended, Talon leaned back, exhaling deeply. He'd secured a chance, however slim, for humanity to play an active role in their cosmic journey. Outside the spacecraft, Lieutenant Kara had been observing, her keen senses picking up on the tension of the conversation, even if the words were lost to her. As Talon emerged, she inquired, Everything okay? Talon managed a weary smile. It's a start, Lieutenant. A complicated, delicate start. Together, they made their way back to Lansing, the weight of the galaxy on their shoulders but hope in their hearts. Forgotten by Design, Part 6, The Human Situation. Light years away in the bustling star system of Sagittarius A, near the center of the Milky Way, the human situation had rapidly ascended to become the top priority for the Galactic Council. The cavernous council chamber pulsed with an undercurrent of tension. Members of the Galactic Federation's council, representing diverse species from various star systems, filled the auditorium, their collective attention on the grand holographic display in the center. Earth, in its blue and green splendor, was the focal point. Commander Zyrex, tall and composed, was at the center of this gathering. By his side, the holographic interface showed the initial pages of Talon's recent and abruptly halted report. The matter at hand, Zyrex began, commanding silence, concerns the humans of Earth. All eyes were on him. While most of the council was familiar with humanity's existence, not everyone was privy to their intricate details or the reasons for this sudden assembly. However, some who had access to previous reports followed humanity's progress with keen interest. The recent detainment of Commander Talon on Earth has precipitated this gathering, Zyrex continued, the screen showcasing the footage of Talon's ship approaching Earth and subsequent events. A council member, representing the granite-skinned inhabitants of Gorgona Prime, rumbled, They're in their infancy, with power they scarcely understand. Another, from the crystalline species of Zert Prime, refracted light in agreement. Once tools of warfare, and now this, to reintroduce them to the cosmos is fraught with peril. Zyrex took a moment, then activated the interface to display snippets from Talon's unfinished report. Clips varied from humans engaged in conflict to moments of compassion, innovation, and profound scientific breakthroughs. These beings, Zyrex intoned, born of our intent but evolved beyond our design. They demonstrate aggression, yes, but also empathy, intelligence, and an insatiable curiosity. Attributes they honed themselves. The chamber grew quiet. An elder council member, a figure of immense age and wisdom and part of one of the longest living species in the Federation, slowly rose. I remember when the seeds of their creation were sown, he began, his voice echoing memories of bygone eras. But the fabric of their society, their culture and dreams, it's a testament to nature's unpredictability. But can we trust them? Another council member challenged, the distrust evident. They've detained one of our own. What prevents them from taking a more aggressive stance? Zyrex, choosing his words meticulously, replied, their potential is clear. Their advancements indicate they are on the brink of interstellar travel. We can either welcome them as potential allies or brace for uncertainty. Discussions filled the room, a cacophony of differing opinions and perspectives. Every species, every representative grappled with the magnitude of the decision before them. The head of the council, a radiant being of pure energy, signaled for silence. Our path is not clear-cut. We shall convene a vote on humanity's fate. Zyrex cast a final look at the incomplete report. The fate of a species shaped by the Federation and now standing on the precipice of the cosmos lay in the balance. As the chamber readied itself for the momentous vote, one thing was certain. The decision would shape the trajectory of galactic events for eons to come.